Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Not money, not success, not even love. I'm talking about gratitude. And before you roll your eyes or say, yeah, I've heard that before, let me tell you this: gratitude is not a feel-good buzzword. It is a weapon. It is a strategy. It is a power move that can radically shift your life. You see, we live in a world that constantly screams, "You're not enough." It tells you to get more, be more, do more, buy more. And while ambition is beautiful, while progress is essential, too many people are trapped in a state of chronic dissatisfaction. They've achieved so much, yet feel so empty. Why? Because they've mastered success but never embraced gratitude. Gratitude changes your emotional state in an instant. You can't be angry and grateful at the same time. You can't be fearful and grateful at the same time. Try it right now. Think of something you're truly grateful for. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your family, maybe it's the fact that you're alive and breathing in this very moment. Let it wash over you, let it fill your body. That's power, that's transformation. When I wake up every morning, I don't grab my phone. I don't check the news. I go into priming. And the first thing I do is focus on 3 things I'm grateful for. Not massive things, not I own a private island. I'm talking about the breeze on my skin, the smile on my child's face, the ability to speak to you right now. Why? Because when you stack enough moments of gratitude, you build a wall against stress, fear, and overwhelm. Let me tell you something important. Gratitude is not passive. It's not soft. It's a decision. It's a discipline. It's a muscle. And if you don't use it, you lose it. Most people are waiting for something to happen before they feel grateful. I'll be grateful when I get the raise. I'll be grateful when I meet the right person. No, that's backwards. Be grateful first and the results follow. That's how the universe works. That's how life works. You've got 2 choices every day. Focus on what's missing or focus on what's already in front of you. And what you focus on, you feel. You want more energy, focus on gratitude. You want more joy, gratitude. You want peace in the middle of chaos, gratitude. Because when you live in appreciation, life expands. Let me give it to you straight. Gratitude is the gateway to abundance. People think money is the answer. It's not. I've coached billionaires who feel miserable, and I've met people with nothing but overflowing joy. What's the difference? Their emotional home, and gratitude built that home. So how do you cultivate it? Start simple. Every day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. Do it consistently, not just when you feel good. Do it especially when you don't. That's when it matters most. Turn gratitude into your default setting, not your emergency backup. Make it your anchor, not your afterthought, and teach it. Share it. When someone does something kind, acknowledge them. When you feel love, express it. Gratitude multiplies when it's spoken, when it's lived, when it's shared. I want you to leave here with this truth burned into your soul. Gratitude is the foundation of greatness. Every extraordinary life, every resilient mind, every unshakable soul is built on gratitude. Because when you're grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. So I ask you, what are you grateful for right now? Say it out loud, feel it, own it, because that feeling, that's real wealth. That's the beginning of your transformation. Live it, breathe it, be it. God bless. Let's make gratitude your superpower. Let's go. Gratitude is the ultimate emotional state. It destroys fear, anger, and scarcity. Most people go through life allowing external circumstances to dictate their emotional state. They think they have to wait for everything to be perfect before they feel joy, peace, or fulfillment. But the truth is, gratitude gives you the power to choose your emotional state in any moment. It is the antidote to the most destructive emotions we experience: fear, anger, and scarcity. These emotions are survival-based. They're rooted in the primitive parts of our brain that are wired to protect us. But the same mechanisms that helped us survive thousands of years ago are now limiting our growth and joy. That's where gratitude comes in. It bypasses survival mode and taps into your higher self. When you're fearful, your brain is screaming at you about what could go wrong. It's scanning the environment for threats, real or imagined. But the moment you pause and shift your focus to what you're grateful for, you stop the loop. You interrupt the pattern, you create space. You step out of the storm and back into your power. Because it's impossible to feel fear and gratitude simultaneously. Try it, really. Try to feel deep, overwhelming gratitude for your life, your breath, your strength. And then try to feel afraid. The two can't coexist. Gratitude is the emotional override button. The same goes for anger. Anger is about unmet expectations. It's about the rules we create in our minds that say life should be this way, or people should treat me like this. When those rules get broken, we get mad, but gratitude dissolves the rules. It reminds you that nothing is guaranteed, that everything you have is a gift, that the people around you are imperfect and beautiful, and so are you. You can't be deeply grateful for someone and also furious with them at the same time. Gratitude rehumanizes the people in our lives. It lets love flood in where judgment used to live. And scarcity is the biggest lie of all. It tells you there's not enough time, not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough love. Scarcity is what makes people hoard, fight, and isolate. But the moment you focus on what you already have and feel genuine appreciation for it, you step into abundance. Suddenly you realize you're already blessed. You already have enough, and from that place of fullness you can give, you can contribute, you can build, because when you feel full, you want to overflow, you want to serve, and that, my friends, is where your true power lies. What you focus on, you feel. Gratitude shifts your focus to what's working, not what's missing. Think about that for a second. Your life is a reflection of your habitual focus. Most people focus on what they don't have, what isn't going right, what still needs fixing. And as long as that's your focus, you'll feel unfulfilled, even if everything is objectively going well. Gratitude breaks that cycle. It's a shift in consciousness. It's training your mind to see the blessings instead of the burdens, to catch the miracles hiding in plain sight. If you train yourself to wake up and say, "What's great about this moment?" your nervous system will respond differently to everything. You'll notice the sunshine instead of the traffic. You'll feel the warmth in your coffee instead of the stress of your inbox. You'll appreciate the fact that you're alive, you're breathing, you're here. And that shift, while it seems small, is everything. It's the difference between a day of suffering and a day of joy, between a life of stress and a life of fulfillment. Most people have a default filter for problems. They walk around unconsciously asking, "What's wrong? What's missing? What do I need to fix?" And if that's your question, your brain will find an answer every time. But what if you trained yourself to ask, "What's right in this moment?" What if your new habit was to catch everything that's beautiful, strong, and good? What if you obsessed over what you have instead of what you lack? That's what gratitude does. It rewires your brain to find the good, to find the strength, to find the solution. It makes your mind your ally instead of your enemy. When something goes wrong, you can spiral or you can search for the gift. You can fall into despair or you can ask, "How is this shaping me?" Gratitude doesn't deny the pain, but it gives it purpose. It doesn't ignore the struggle, but it highlights the growth. And when you live like that, when your focus is elevated, you become unstoppable. Because your emotions are no longer chained to your circumstances, you become the director, not the actor. You choose your story, your meaning, your state, and gratitude is the most powerful way to do it. Gratitude unlocks the richness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. Have you ever met someone who has so little on paper, but walks around with the energy of a billionaire? They smile wide, they give freely, they radiate peace. That's the power of gratitude. It changes your definition of wealth. It turns your attention inward and says, "Look at all that's already yours." You don't need $10 million to feel rich. You need perspective. You can be in a mansion and feel miserable, or you can be in a small apartment surrounded by love and feel like the richest soul on earth. Because wealth isn't a number, it's a feeling, and gratitude is the currency. When you measure your life by how much you appreciate instead of how much you accumulate, everything shifts. You stop chasing, you stop comparing, you start living, you start celebrating. You become magnetic because people are drawn to those who radiate appreciation. People think they'll be happy when they finally achieve the goal, but the truth is, goals are just moments. Gratitude is a state of being. It's a way of experiencing every step of the journey, not just the destination. When you live with gratitude, every meal becomes a feast. Every handshake becomes sacred. Every sunrise becomes a miracle. Gratitude turns the ordinary into extraordinary. It upgrades the quality of your life, no matter the quantity of your possessions. We've all had moments where we were chasing something hard. A title, a relationship, an achievement. And then we got it, and it didn't feel the way we expected. Why? Because the outer victory didn't match the inner state. But when you live in gratitude, you bring fulfillment to every moment. You're not waiting to be happy. You're bringing happiness with you. You're not hoping for love. You're pouring love into everything you touch. That's the richness of life, and gratitude is the key that unlocks it. In the middle of chaos, gratitude is your anchor. It grounds you in purpose and peace. Life is not always easy. Storms will come. Plans will fall apart. People will disappoint you. And in those moments, you need something to hold on to, something deeper than motivation, stronger than strategy. That something is gratitude. It doesn't fix the storm, but it roots you. It reminds you of who you are. It gives you a perspective that can't be shaken. When everything's spinning, when anxiety is loud and the future is uncertain, gratitude whispers, "You're still here. You've made it this far. You're stronger than you think." It reminds you that even in the middle of the mess, there are blessings. Maybe it's the friend who checks in. Maybe it's the lesson you're learning. Maybe it's the opportunity to start again. Gratitude helps you see the light in the dark. It keeps you sane when the world feels crazy. You don't have to wait for the chaos to pass before you practice gratitude. In fact, the darker it gets, the more powerful gratitude becomes. It's easy to be thankful when everything's going well. But real growth happens when you choose gratitude in the struggle. That's when your character is forged. That's when your spirit expands. That's when you build resilience that can't be broken. Every time you pause and say, "I'm grateful for this moment," even if it's not what I planned, you reclaim your power. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and become the creator of your emotional state. And that, my friend, is true freedom. You stop reacting. You start responding. You stop resisting life and start dancing with it. You become the eye of the storm, peaceful, powerful, present. You can't be grateful and fearful at the same time. Gratitude is the gateway to joy, resilience, and abundance. This is not just poetic language. It's neuroscience, it's biology. The emotional state of gratitude activates different pathways in your brain than fear. It reduces cortisol, the stress hormone. It boosts serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals of happiness and reward. When you feel gratitude, you're literally reprogramming your physiology. You're training your nervous system to thrive instead of survive. Fear keeps you stuck. It makes you shrink, it says. Play it safe, hide, don't take risks. But gratitude opens you up. It says there's more than enough. You are enough. Let's go. Gratitude fuels courage. It gives you the emotional strength to face the unknown because you're no longer obsessed with loss. You're anchored in gain. You're not afraid of what might go wrong. You're excited about what's already right. And from that place, everything gets better. Your relationships deepen because you stop taking people for granted. Your performance improves because you're not weighed down by fear. You're lifted by appreciation. Your energy rises because you're not drained by worry. You're fueled by joy. Gratitude is not passive, it's active. It's powerful. It's transformative. You want more joy? Start by being grateful. You want to be unshakable? Practice gratitude daily. You want abundance? Train your mind to focus on what you already have, because when you do, more flows to you, not just in material things, but in peace, love, connection, clarity. That's the abundance that matters, and it's available right now. Gratitude is not a reaction. It's a choice. and it's a choice you can make in any moment, no matter your past, no matter your bank account, no matter your circumstances. It's the great equalizer. It levels the playing field, because no matter who you are, you have something to be grateful for. And when you focus on it, when you live from that place, you become unstoppable. So let's make gratitude your daily habit. Let's make it your emotional home. Let's stop waiting for joy and start living in it. Let's stop chasing more and start celebrating now, because this moment, this breath, this life, it's a miracle, and gratitude is how you honor it.